Happy New Year, everybody. Today I took four trades. My account is at $102,155.08. From as today being the second, I took a loss this morning and then took a win and then a pretty much break even. I knew I shouldn't have been on the trade, so I got out, and then I took another win. So getting into it, I wasn't super hopeful for trading today as we had. Well, here's midnight open. So from midnight open to open today, we had about a 150 point move. So we already had a large range move overnight. And we have no news drivers today. Oh, wrong one. We have no news drivers today. So I wasn't super hopeful. But coming down, actually, let's go back to the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, yesterday in Discord, I had said that this 4 hour for value gap above us was going to be the determinant for where price is going to want to go. If we reject off this, we are most likely going to seek much lower, as this does look like a sell model. And distribution stage one to make a breakaway gap. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. To make a breakaway gap and then continue down from there. So when I came in this morning, we already had a monster dump right through this 4 hour for value gap. So I was very bearish, but I was skeptical with my trades and I was risk off because of how far price had come down already and the market had even opened yet. So coming into market open, I wanted price to go lower, but I did take a long as I seen that we have relative equal highs above us, and I wanted this 5 minute fair value gap to hold. If this 5 minute fair value gap did not hold, then I was not, or then I was going to get out. So I had gotten in, and immediately I did not look at the lower time frames, and I immediately did not like how it looked, as this looks like a little internal sell model, and seeing that we had started moving down lower and failing to get higher, so I already did not like that, and I was thinking this was going to be a loss, and it was a loss, and we moved immediately through the 5 minute fair value gap. So the next pool of liquidity that had not already been swept, where was that trade? So the next pool of liquidity was down here at 823 and 823. Sweet. So the next pool liquidity I wanted to target, I knew and I was very, very confident that we were going to continue lower, back to these lows. So I decided to chase a trade to these lows, which is something I would not normally do, but I was very confident that we would continue to these lows. And I was not very happy with the risk to reward, but I was confident that we would continue to the lows. So 5 minute formed, and I entered right as this 5 minute closed, and price, very minimal drawdown, ran right to take profit. So that trade ended up canceling out. I think I was up $15 after that trade, but the break even trade that I had taken was actually on ES, and I don't remember where it was. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it was, but it was somewhere in here, and my reason for taking that trade was ES was lagging very far behind NQ. NQ was dumping, and ES was just kind of hanging out in the same range, so I was thinking, hey, ES is probably going to dump here, and it didn't. But I thought, hey, I am up $15. I don't want to lose any more money, and I'm taking this trade without a setup, so I got out of that trade. And I did not hold any runners. Would have been a very good day for runners, but I was still risk off as no news today, and we already had a large range move overnight. And price was very much in a hurry because we did not come up to sweep these highs or even come close to equilibrium of this leg over here. So price is obviously in a hurry, and it did not sweep on ES either. So there was no S&T, but I did not check Dow. So later in the day, I took this short, and this one I was pretty confident in. We had some relative equal highs up here. Price came and swept and then started to break down and continue to move down. And we left a nice 1 minute fair value gap here. And I entered short in there with a stop above the high here. It could have been up there, but I liked it better here. As if it's going to go through this fair value gap, it's probably just going to stop me out. And price broke down again, had a very slow churn up. Even though I was in drawdown here, I did much better with drawdown today, as I was very confident that the draw on liquidity was lower. And look how long it takes for us to go up, and then we start slamming down. Slow move up, quick move down. But I targeted this liquidity down here, and price ran right to it, but entered off a 1 minute for value gap in already very heavily bearish conditions. And then at that point, I was all out there. And that was all the trades that I had taken for today. Overall, happy with the performance that I had today. This trade to go long to these equal highs, well, not even to these equal highs, but even closer to equilibrium, I was okay with that loss. Price was just in a rush to go lower, so I'm okay with taking that loss. I wasn't crazy happy with the short that I took to these lows. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong direction. Where am I? But I wasn't super happy with the risk to reward on the short that I had taken, but I was okay with it as I was really confident that those lows would get hit. So overall, good day. I think I'm up just over $500, and we ran a lot of liquidity today, and I was kind of thinking we would go slower. We were almost, I think he was almost down 300 points today. But weekly outlook, we still do have plenty of downside, and there's plenty of low hanging liquidity for price to take if it does want to go lower, which as of right now, it is looking like that, because this sweep of liquidity on the 4 hour is also acting as a bigger market structure shift. I mean, we've had plenty of market structure shifts, but this is a real prominent swing low. But otherwise, that's all I got for you guys today. Have a good rest of your trading day.